comparing the UK version to the US version. I mean, the UK version has 14 cuts on it, and the US version had 3 of John Lennon's great songs removed from it. But you got to remember, you got to go back to the time that these albums were released. Capitol often released different versions of what the Beatles had presented as UK versions. And they had already dedicated those Lennon tracks for Yesterday and Today. So the album that I grew up with was the US version of this album. And I gotta tell you, at that time, it was my favorite Beatle album in that guise. I mean, the whole album was so psychedelically unified in that version for me. Now, when I first got the British version, I gotta tell you, it was a little unnerving. Now, it wasn't because I hadn't heard these 3 additional tracks before. I had Yesterday and Today. I was familiar with those songs, and I loved those Lennon tracks. But they didn't seem to sit side by side with the rest of the material to my ears, with the exception of one of those tracks. And of course, I'm talking about I'm Only Sleeping. It seemed to me that both And Your Bird Can Sing and Dr. Robert, both great tracks, fit better elsewhere. They had a more of a mid-Beatle period, and this album was swinging the Beatles heavily into their psychedelic period. Those 2 songs, if had been written in time, would have fit better on the Rubber Soul album. And of course, I can think of a couple of Rubber Soul songs by John Lennon that would fit better on Revolver.